Now, whether you want to complete the look of your heavy-duty front bumper or you need the extra insurance for tougher trail rides, this Barricade 9,500-pound winch with the black synthetic rope is a solid option for whatever year and model Wrangler you have. Now, this is a great choice for the Wrangler owner who's hitting the trail 24/7 or even just once in a while and wants some peace of mind that you can get yourself or one of your buddies out of trouble when you need to with a tough yet affordable winch. Now, while this winch is straightforward and affordable, this includes a premium synthetic line for easy use and a little bit of a safer construction, as well as a good entry-level pulling capacity. Now, the rule of thumb when choosing a pulling capacity is matching 1.5 times the gross weight of your loaded Jeep. So with that in mind, this is great for the stock fully loaded 2 doors and stock to moderately loaded 4 doors, again working well in most situations. Now, it also has a blacked out monochrome look to it, which matches really any build, which can be an important factor if you have a specific color scheme when it comes to your Wrangler. Now, this has a pretty straightforward construction to it, but it doesn't mean it's not tough. Now, this winch features a 5.5 horsepower 12-volt series wound motor pulling at roughly 7 feet per minute at full capacity. Now, with that being said, used properly, this is able to help in a variety of different recovery scenarios and can be safely done at a distance thanks to the included remote control with a 12-foot lead. This also includes a 91-foot black synthetic rope, which is very easy to handle. It's safer than a steel cable option, and it may require a little bit more maintenance, but it's not going to rust on you or get kinked over time, whether you use it all the time or just when you need it. Now, this has a tough build again with a steel construction, and the outer portion of the winch has a sleek black powder coat finish to protect the steel underneath and finish the appearance overall. Now, on the inside, this also has a 3-stage planetary gear system, and to get specific, it has a 218:1 gear ratio, which offers a good amount of power for this pulling capacity and doesn't sacrifice much line speed at the same time. Now, all of the leads also have a protective rubber coating to protect the connection, and this does come with everything that you need in order to install it and use it, like the included black steel hook, anodized black billet fair lead, and the necessary hardware to get the job done. Now, this will cost around $450 and again will be one of the more affordable choices on the page. Now, this is a great entry-level option. It has a solid low capacity, which is great for really most situations that you're going to run into, a good winch speed for the capability that it has, a durable build that's going to hold up against the elements, and all the necessities without any of the excessive flashiness if you do want a winch that's easy to operate and straight to the point. Now, it's also got the blacked out look, which I keep saying, but look is important to a lot of people in a lot of builds. So with that and being affordable as well as reliable, you really can't go wrong with this winch. Install is easy and doesn't require much besides a little bit of assembly, hooking the wires up and bolting this to your bumper. Install is going to vary depending on what bumper that you do have, but as far as the installation process is concerned, it's a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, taking about a half hour to bolt up. Now, at this point, I'm going to hand it over to one of our installers. They're going to show you a detailed breakdown on how you can install this on your Jeep at home. So that is going to wrap it up for what I have to say. Let's go ahead and get to the install.
For this install, you will need an impact, a ratchet, an adapter if necessary, 10, 13, and 18 millimeter sockets, a 16 millimeter swivel socket, a 19 millimeter wrench, angle cutters, a clip removal tool, and a Phillips head screwdriver. What's up, guys? Today we're going to be doing a winch on our Wrangler, so let's get started. Alrighty, guys, so the first thing we're going to do is get ready to install our winch itself onto our bumper. Now, to do that, we need to come to the mounting point of our winch. It's going to have these openings for your supplied square nuts to go into. You'll slide those into place, just like so. Do that for all 4. This is going to hold them in place for when we set our winch on our bumper and come from underneath with our mounting hardware. Now we can set our winch into place on our bumper. You want to make sure it's facing the right direction with your spool facing out. Line that up on our mounting holes. And we're going to get underneath and install our mounting hardware. Now we're underneath our bumper. We're going to install our supplied 16 millimeter bolts with lock washers and flat washers. Get our first one hand tight. You may need to adjust your winch a little bit to get everything to line up how you want it. Once we have all of those in, we can tighten them down. We've got a 16mm swivel socket on our impact. Tighten these down in a crisscross pattern so it sits evenly. And once you have them tightened down, you want to torque these down to the manufacturer recommended torque spec. Now we can get our front cable plate installed. So it's going to mount right up here. So we'll grab our supplied bolt and flat washer. Get the first one through. We'll get our nut on the back side. Once you get that one hand tight, that'll hold it. Get our second one in. Now we can tighten these down with our 18mm socket and a 19mm wrench for the nut. Now we can get the end of the cable into our front plate area. Now we want to make sure our winch is in free spool mode for now. We'll cut the cable tie off with some angle cutters. Get rid of that zip tie. Tuck this back, bring it through, like so. Now we can get our hook installed. So pop out our cotter pin, slide that off, put this through, drop that back into place, and we can reinstall our cotter pin. And once you have that installed, bend it back. It is a little tricky because this pin just wants to move. You just want to have it at a point where that pin's not going to fall out and that cotter pin's not going to come out. So now we'll bring our winch back. Now we can install our panel. That's going to lock onto these top two bars, so it has hooks for the front. Set that down on the back, like so. Get that centered up as best you can. Then we'll install our 2 set screws on the back side. So we'll get our provided Phillips head screws with lock washers and flat washers into our rear mounting points. You want to push down on your control panel, make sure those go all the way in. Now before we move on, we're going to remove our grill to make things a little bit easier for routing and tightening down some stuff behind our winch. So we've got our clip removal tool. We're going to remove the push clips along the top, then pop our grill out. Now that we have our clips out, we'll pull our grill out. Now these just have some locator clips along the bottom and side. Just need to pop those out. It's going to be a little bit tight. Just unplug our fog lights. We can pull our grill up and out. Now we'll come in and tighten down our set screws with our Phillips head screwdriver. Now we can begin hooking up all of our cables. So we're going to start with our black wire with our yellow shroud. So now we can begin hooking up all of our cables to our winch and then the ones that are going to go to our battery. So we're going to start with our ground with our yellow shroud. I'm going to remove the nut off the stud. These do make it pretty easy with corresponding studs. So the shorter ground with the yellow shroud is going to go to the one with the yellow shroud on the stud. Now you're going to kind of have to work this around in a position where it's not going to interfere with the other ones. So we're not going to fully tighten that just yet. We're just going to leave that like it is. And our shorter ground with the black shroud is going to go on the stud right above it. Again, you want to route this in a way where it's not really going to pinch the cable or the connector. Get that one on. Again, we're going to leave these loose for now. We just want to get them in position to make sure everything's going to be free and clear. And our positive is going to go to the red stud. Now this is the shorter of the two positives off your control box. The longer one's going to go up to the battery, which we'll show you. Once we've got these in position, you can see our positive is good. We'll tighten that down with our 13mm socket. You know, this one's good. You want to try to hold these in position as best you can where you want them while you tighten them down. And this one, just want to get it clear of pinching any other studs or the connector itself. Once you have these in position, slide these shrouds over to protect our studs, just like so. Sometimes they can be a little bit stubborn getting into position. It's okay. Now for our last stud, our battery ground wire and our remote wire are gonna go to that. So we'll get the nut off of there. Get our longer ground wire. That's gonna be the separated one. It does not go to the control panel. Get both of those onto the stud. Get snugged up. Now we have this one pointed down because that's going to be easier for the way we have to route our wiring to go to our battery. Tighten this down. So now we're going to get our power wire and ground wire routed up to our battery. Now since we have our grill off, we have a nice little access position through the backside of the headlight area. You're going to tuck that through. That's going to go next to your intake. Now it is a little bit tight through here, but you can follow the harness that runs alongside it. Get that through that area. Don't worry, you do have enough length on your wire to not interfere with your grill going back on. Get that up. Then we'll run our ground as well. Again, it is going to be a little tight through here. This is the easiest way. Just like our positive wire and negative wire is going to come up into the same area. Now you want to make sure this doesn't sit above where your hood is going to land. So if you need to tuck it through, keep it kind of lower. Just fish it the best way through possible. But this is where your hood arch is going to be, so as long as it's right here, we'll be totally fine. Same thing with our negative. Now we can hook our wires up to our battery. We're going to start with our positive cable. So we're going to go to our stud, grab a 10mm socket and remove this nut. Very careful not to drop it. Get this this in place. Tighten that back down. Then we can do the same thing for our negative cable. Once again, 10mm socket. This in place. Tighten that nut back down. Make sure your wires are out of the way. So now we can reinstall our grill. Now you are going to have to contend with the wiring and everything, so you just want to be careful with any of that. Tuck it back into place. Before you go too deep, you want to plug your fog lights back in, or your marker lights rather. So those lock into place. Lock that switch clip back in. Line this back up. Push those tabs back into place. Then we can reinstall our push clips up top. Get these back in. Now that we have everything buttoned up, we'll hook on our pull tag to our hook. This is just going to give you a nice little handle to grab. And when you want to operate your winch, it does come with a remote controller. It's going to plug right into the top. So we'll line this up. That plugged in. And this comes with a very simple out and in function. You want to make sure that your winch clutch is engaged. It has a engaged and free spool mode. So we'll grab onto this to keep the tension. You can run that out, no crazy pulling or anything like that. And when you want to go back in, you want to make sure you have tension on the string so it spools nicely. Now you don't want to pull it too tight where it's putting pressure on this plate. You just want to make sure it's flush, or you could even turn it to free spool mode. Drag it out a little bit. Hook it to one of your D-rings, like so. That's a good place to put it. There you have it. Then when you're done with your functions, you just unplug your controller. It does have a little button. Cover up this port. You don't want to get water in there. And then wrap up your controller, keep it in your vehicle for when you need to use it again. Alrighty folks, that about wraps up our review and install of our universal Barricade 9,500 pound rated winch with black synthetic rope. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Wrangler, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.